Mars. Dreamy. Dream TV. Dream TV. You are now entering Dream TV.
Hello. Welcome
Hello.
back. We are back in our regular studio spaces.
It's not too late to close up shop.
Well, that won't be happening anytime soon. We've got too much to say.
That's a milestone, actually. We got our first negative comment, our first hate comment. Well, I don't know if it counts because Bailey deleted it because she's protective of me. But from now on, we're just going to be keeping them because we can't really afford to be deleting comments at this stage.
No, we can't. But it was like our first comment ever. I'm just kidding.
First comment on YouTube. Yeah.
It was. And they said it's not too late to close up shop.
And hey, it's memorable, you know?
It is. And upon looking into their page, I got a little bit scared. Out of sight, out of mind.
It's just funny.
Yeah. It is.
Any engagement is good engagement. We want to hear from you.
That's true. We did welcome that. But yeah, welcome back. We had our little in-studio session. Shout out Vera House. Thanks for hosting us. That was definitely a fun little time. Definitely faced some new challenges for you and I, you know, being in a studio space without control. Controller guys over here.
I've been experiencing pretty intense body dysmorphia for the past week or so. So that's been just something to navigate.
We're ongoing navigating, but definitely when you are in a foreign space for the first time, really being on camera in that way. Like maybe I was on the news one time with Alex for like a Comic-Con thing.
Oh yes, I remember that. You showed me that.
I think just like having our own creative project and also being in costume, also first time on camera, not really controlling the lighting, all the angles and everything. Like we really ripped the Band-Aid off, so I'm proud of us for that.
I'm really proud of us, yeah.
And thank you to our wonderful producers at Vera House. They
held our hands
and they lifted us up. So thankful for that experience in that way. But now we're a little bit back in the comfort of our little dreamy little corners of the world. I kind of thought it would be fun to start this episode with a new segment idea that we've been working on. Going off of episode 1, Cait kind of walked us through dream interpretation. We did one live through the Jungian method of word association, which was so cool. I really love that. And it really is under the umbrella of our whole Dream TV world and theme. And so we were playing around with the idea of doing word association again. And so I'm going to say some words for Cait, and she will kind of say what comes to mind, and then we'll discuss further. So this will be fun. So this is kind of our little introductory to that. Are you ready?
let me get all clear.
This is Echo Chamber on Dream TV.
First word, Mom Donnie.
3.
Okay. Miss Piggy.
Hot.
Okay. Bradley Cooper.
Old.
Okay. Scorpio.
Wait. Okay, what is the next one?
Scorpio season.
The word I thought of was rabid.
Okay.
That's what
Honestly, relatable. Okay. Real eyes.
realize.
America has to go through some type of radical change.
Louvre heist.
Sexy.
Ancestors.
Time.
Time.
Okay. That's good. I like where we're headed.
I'm sorry to Bradley Cooper. I don't really know. I'm being I'm being ageist. I want to say I'm sorry to Bradley Cooper. I don't know where that came from. And age is just a number.
I think because he's been doing some, like, obviously my theme is current events and stuff we've been talking about with those words. But with him, he's been doing some stuff lately.
Just want to say he's not old.
I think maybe it came to mind because I think he's embodying being old by doing work to try to make him look younger when he's really a handsome guy.
That's what it is like nobody thought you were old. Nobody thought you were old until you like started doing weird shit to your face.
Yeah.
And then now we're thinking he thinks he's getting old. That's where I think that was coming from, yeah.
Yeah. I think enhance what you want to, but it gets to a point. Let's call it.
You just look wise and a little bit rugged. Aging is a blessing, and we really believe that here at Dream TV.
We do. So let's circle back because Mondami. Hello.
The name is Mamdani. Mamdani.
Yes, we're very excited and very happy about the mayoral race in a city that neither of us live in, but you know, the world's been following along. I think everyone is. It's like it's meaningful, it's hopeful for what might be possible in the future that a city with the influence of New York has voted a democratic socialist who was relatively unknown before this race to be the mayor. And he's young and fresh and engaged with the people, and that's been fun this week to have something to feel good about. Support working families and access to health care and food and living wages.
Basic human rights.
I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
Miss Piggy for president.
Come on, let's go in, shall we?
Yeah, Miss Piggy is back.
Resurgence.
For some of us, she never left. People who have known me for a while, they know that I'm a Muppet guy.
For those of you that don't know, Jennifer Lawrence is producing a Miss Piggy movie starring Emma Stone and Cole Escola. Yeah, Escola. I always want to say like Escarole or something.
Cole Escola.
Escola. But like in my head, it does the dyslexic thing. Isn't there like Escarole? Isn't that like a lettuce?
Yeah, I think so.
You're like, let's move on. Oops, you sang Rabbit for Scorpio season. Relevant. We're in the depths of Scorpio season.
I've really been thinking about like animals a lot. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Like it was out in the country in Virginia, and we saw deer and arms of ladybugs, possums. What else did we see?
I'm surprised we didn't hear any coyotes because they've been.
I was seeing dead animals like on the street. That happened twice. I didn't tell you about the second time. I get like weird premonitions about stuff, and like I saw this tiny little dead bird on the street, and then that night or the next day my friend told me her dog was dying, and then it happened again like a week later when we were trick-or-treating. Same friend, we come back from trick-or-treating and see just like a perfect dead squirrel right near the driveway. We all stopped, and like it was very strange.
And then Bruce died.
And then the next day you told me about your sister's dog.
Yeah.
Thank God for dogs. It's like that weird time. It's that weird season where you're just like kind of more aware of.
The veil is thin.
Veil is thin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also, hot thieves are happening.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so cool. Like some people robbed the Louvre in the middle of the day.
Turns out they're hot.
No harm done.
No harm, no foul.
I think we need like a good heist every once in a while.
I think it adds to the plot. There will be documentaries made. Okay, other word, ancestors. That's been a big part of our visit. You know, we did the ancestral healing with Nick Lasky.
That's been heavy on the mind. Yeah. I know. Tell me about your experience with our cacao ceremony.
It was cool. I wasn't sure how we were going to breach the topic of ancestral healing, and I like how he broke it down. What could your ancestral blessings be, and what could your ancestral curses be? It kind of makes you reflect on, you know, that generational, even if you're just thinking about your parents, right? Like, what did you inherit, and how are you working to change your curses or things you could work on for the next generation?
I feel a strong connection with my grandmothers specifically and my mom. And I think a lot about how they literally are part of us and we are part of them. The egg that becomes you lives inside your grandmother for about 5 months while your mom's ovaries are forming. It's crazy to think about. She's in the womb and she's going to be born with all the eggs she'll ever have. So the egg that becomes you is in her and she's inside your grandmother. And so some scientists and somatic therapists say emotion and stress can echo for 3 generations at a minimum. And that's a real study. Epigenetics is how genes can actually change and like behave differently based on environmental factors and stressors. So you really do carry things. You really do inherit things, whether you like it or not, or whether you want to acknowledge it or not. You are affected by the lives that came before you. And if you have ovaries and you decide to have children, they'll be affected by the work that you do. I think a lot of us might be the first ones in our family to really have the privilege to rest and feel and calm our nervous systems. And I think about that when I meditate or when I do anything that is going to calm me down. I think of it as like my whole bloodline. If we're a collective entity, we're all like chilling out. We're living at the intersection of a lot of timelines where our ancestors' dreams, limits, unprocessed emotions, unfinished stories kind of gather with us. You have the choice to do things differently and to honor and remember, you know. I think there's a balance of that. Mm-hmm. And I think like it can be a touchy subject for people who don't have the best relationship, maybe with their immediate family or other ancestors. But I think even if you have a difficult relationship with certain relatives, if you have the space where you can consider what did they survive, what did they want, what did they lose, what did they never get the chance to do or finish, you can kind of like invite some of the dark parts home, and it might help you find some compassion there and realize that people are just imperfect.
Yeah.
Now you get to continue the work, whatever that is.
There's always a point in time where you start looking at your parents as people or peers. You kind of come to this age of like being able to reflect and have compassion for the dark parts, and for me to be able to say like, I understand that this is the thing that you went through, and this is maybe why this happens, and this is how I've noticed it manifest in my life, and how I've been able to change it. And it kind of gives them the chance to acknowledge or honor something that may have felt hidden away or a secret for them. And in that way, like, that's so healing. Some of my best growth moments with my parents have been conversations like that. A lot of it is acceptance.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really lucky and privileged that I have parents who really have never stopped growing or stopped learning, and they tell my sister and I that they've learned a lot from us. And sometimes it takes time, sometimes it takes years, but then yeah, my mom or dad will say something out of nowhere where I'm just like, oh, like, so, you know, some of the stuff I've been saying has gotten in or resonated, and maybe we are getting somewhere, and that's really huge. Like, that's really lucky to be able to connect like that. Some people never get to have those conversations.
There's just a lot of room to be misunderstood. So being able to feel seen or heard, yeah, it really just lets in a lot of love, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you think about your time here on this earth, not to go too existential, but that's really powerful.
Even if you don't have kids, just what example do you want to set so that the next generation doesn't have to kind of like rework the same ground? I think that's evolution. And it's really cool. I did think about that with Mom Donnie getting elected, and I think my parents even were supportive, but think that maybe some of his ideas are unrealistic and he won't be able to accomplish all the things that he wants to. But I think it will be interesting to see if we do get more leaders like him, what our parents' generation will kind of think of that, and if their ideas of what is possible might shift and evolve a little bit as well. I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's like intergenerational collaboration.
Everyone's been saying it's time for a shift. It's time for a shift. You know,
Yeah.
and there's like a lot of older men like collapsing on camera all the time. So it's like, maybe it's time for a shift. I just think it's
We're
interesting.
not
like you
talking
said.
about Bradley Cooper. We don't
No.
need you, Bradley.
Bradley, just, you can turn it around. Like, you
Got a
got
lot of
to
life
really
left.
just like get some things dissolved. Reverse. But no, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how like this is embraced, because we need to get things in motion. So another thing that this season really has me thinking, when we're on the topic of ancestors, we're in the start of the holiday season, but it's definitely Scorpio time. Ancestors, veil is thin, you know, go straight into holiday season. And it makes me, on the topic of like, you know, thinking about ancestral blessings and all that, it makes me think about tradition a lot.
I don't think that the spooky season ends after Halloween. I think that November and December are haunted times. And I just want to say that. Everything's like quiet and it's darker.
You can sense more of the spirit world. Long, quiet night. I mean, Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's exactly what I mean. Also a great Muppet film. If you don't want to read this book, if you don't want to watch the old boring movies, if you haven't seen the Muppets Christmas Carol, highly recommend.
We're Marley and Marley.
But yes, it is a spooky time, the darkness of winter.
Yeah. Which is why I think it's even more important to have traditions.
Well, I have a tradition of reading Edgar Allan Poe at this time of year. We all do that in October. Let me know if you read Edgar Allan Poe in October and November. That's just what you do.
Why don't you share with the class?
The Colloquy of Manos and Una, which I think really relates to our conversation about time and lineage and the choices that we make as a society. Hear me out, bear with me. It's a dialogue between two lovers who, in the afterlife, So they're existing on some ethereal realm. One of them quotes a 17th century physicist and philosopher, Blaise Pascal, who notably was the inspiration for the chameleon called Pascal in the 2010 Disney film Tangled. So you're kind of familiar with his work in a way.
Entangled.
And he quotes Blaise Pascal in French, and he says, Tout notre raisonnement se réduit à céder au sentiment. All of our reasoning reduces to, or boils down to, or ends in surrender to feeling. That can be interpreted many, many different ways. But we know that reason always reaches a limit. And when it does, we fall back on intuition and emotion and the inner life. There are many things that can't be explained with reason and logic alone. And the lovers in the story speak about how humans on Earth were so obsessed with science and logic and progress without wisdom that the world collapsed from spiritual decay and materialism and the loss of beauty. And this was written in 1841, so it definitely made me think about time. It made me think about our podcast as an effort to really center the soul and the subconscious and honor mystery and honor those things that we feel and that we know, not necessarily be able to explain why we know, and our connection to everything, to each other, and to maybe a higher power. And it made me think about the ancestor meditations that we did with Nick Lasky and how we're connected to the past and how we're shaping the future. And then Zoran being the same age as us, just all full circle.
Yeah.
No. I guess I'm reaching an age where I'm really feeling like I have a responsibility now. You and I are very similar, and I think that our destinies are connected, and we want to keep people connected to their hearts and their souls, and not shy away from those softer, more ethereal ideas, but really embrace them and celebrate them, because we need both.
Yeah.
And I told you on the phone, you have a responsibility and a duty to bring joy to the world at this time of year with your Christmas
That I do.
decorations and planning. Bailey's been a little stressed out because she's behind on her Christmas work. It's November 6th, and she said she's about a week behind. So that's part of her calling in this lifetime is to honor those traditions.
Truly, I am a patron of the North Pole. I have work to do.
Yeah.
I have work to do. Like an elf where he's like cutting all the paper, and that's really what happens around here.
Like ribbon is flying.
No, literally.
There's bows everywhere.
Yeah. No, but I really, really like, so personally, I don't even think I told you, but I do have an obsession with Edgar Allan Poe. So you're actually not alone. Like that was my,
it's common.
Yeah. It was a favorite of mine in high school, and I got like really obsessed over.
Yeah, because it's like creepy and spooky and sexy.
And yeah, and it just, I don't know, like, yeah, it just, it invokes a lot of feelings. It has a way of like capturing you, and yeah, just the fact that you turn to that, it's so, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It really is the vein that we're in here. Anything that brings us back to ourselves, not just like, how do I fit into society? Like, that's a piece of all of us here, right? We have to figure out that function. But truly, like, what are you offering to the world? You know, what are you offering to your audience? Like, even our small audience, I think that we both, like you said, we have, I mean, you know, the responsibility of bringing joy, the responsibility of bringing healing, like kind of transmuting our experiences. Why not try to reach people, an audience? That's what we want to do. And so, like, we're going to do it.
I think we have so much to connect over, and if we can focus on those things, that's what we should be doing. Something I was reading today online from Sophie Strand, who her Instagram is Cosmogony. She talks a lot about mushrooms and symbiotic relationships in nature and how we can learn from them. She was just talking about how if we're going to survive here, we're going to need to tie our roots to other roots. We can learn from nature that landscapes that are more biodiverse and where there's overall more connectivity can better withstand disaster and pressure. We have to drop below human exceptionalism down to roots connecting, like underground, which I think is very scorpionic to what lies beneath.
What lies beneath.
Which Bailey and I watched together over Halloween, and I screamed really loud when Michelle Pfeiffer looks into the bathtub, and Bailey got mad at me for screaming. Sometimes it's scary to look at what lies beneath your ancestors and in society, but like we have to integrate it.
Yeah.
Ladybugs had been swarming your house when I was staying with you, and I had been just looking at, I guess I hadn't seen that in a long time, and I didn't know if that was normal in the fall to see so many, but it is actually they're finding their spaces to go dormant for the winter, and it's called overwintering. And they find little crevices to hide in. I mean, obviously tons of animals do this. It's not like a novel concept, but we just saw so many ladybugs.
Hundreds.
I saw some other hot girls posting on Instagram, but ladybugs were on them too.
Okay.
So I was just thinking about that. But yeah, they go dormant for a whole season. It's called diapause, and I just wanted to amplify that because rest is natural, and that's actually one of the things I love about winter is because you and I both love to rest, and we really embrace it, and we love our beds, and that's just part of Dream TV, hey. But I feel, not that I have actually reached a point where I don't ever really feel guilty about that, but I really don't feel guilty about it in wintertime because it's like, hey, that's what nature's doing. Like, it's time to slow down, rest, and recover. Yeah.
I kind of love the winter. I think we all struggle with like deep winter. Like late January, February, where we're all kind of like, okay, like when is it gonna start working? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm always changing, but really in the winter, like I always have like a weird little glow up or something. I feel like winter, I really do change. Maybe the cold kind of shocks me, or it just gives me like a jolt where I just kind of like, what do I need to get real about? What do I want to change for this next year? I guess that's true for everybody, the new year, you know.
I think you process a lot that you like didn't have time to when you were so busy, when it was bright out and warm and you were outside and
mowing the lawn.
Yeah. I mean, you spend the whole day mowing the lawn and walking the dogs. So.
Getting in a fight with the leaf blower.
Yeah.
People have a tendency to be like, oh my God, I hate the winter, I hate the cold. And I've really tried to work hard to like change my relationship with that. And I think it's only
Me too.
done me better. I'm trying to go into every winter now with like a more positive outlook during this time of a lot of reflection and, like we're saying, going what lies beneath.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of like fall and winter traditions, finding reasons to celebrate, lighting the fires, the literal and figurative fires, dancing around in a circle and kind of like charging yourself up and forcing yourself to embrace. Be thankful that, you're alive.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Exactly. You got to take it where you can find it. And this week we're taking it from Mom Donnie's when Cola Scola writing a Miss Piggy movie. The Louvre getting robbed by two hot people.
Yeah.
Last night I was watching the new TV show All's Fair on Netflix that Ryan Murphy made with starring
Women representing women.
Tits up. Enough edging, counselor. Let us come already.
Love and war.
God. I don't know how this show got made. I truly don't. I don't know how it got made or how they convinced the majority of the cast to be in it, but I do have to say, unfortunately, that I am grateful. I am thankful for the abomination that is the show All Fair.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
They got Sarah Paulson, Niecy Nash.
Kim Kardashian show?
I sent you a clip from it last night because it has the old guy from Sex and the City. There's so many cameos. Glenn Close,
Yeah.
Judith Light. I mean, the cast is phenomenal. And like, yeah, everybody's mad Kim Kardashian's in it, whatever. It's great. It's true camp. Like, it's so ridiculous. And
Okay.
Sarah Paulson, I mean, she's a national treasure. I know I'm not supposed to like it, but we're taking the joys where we can find them.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Maybe the glass is half full.
Hey. Cheers. Cheers,
Hey,
everybody. However you got to do to
Get through.
keep the positivity alive.
As much as people kind of get stressed about family stuff over the holidays, it's been nice for me to kind of recognize traditions that, even just I have with my mom or traditions that I want to start. I don't know if it's like where I'm at in life with like my age or something, but everything is so meaningful. So
I think it is our age, yeah. It makes you feel connected to your family, your people, and the little kid inside you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything makes me cry.
Yeah. You're allowed to cry here on Dream TV.
I do. I cry. And I think that's beautiful.
I do too.
One time that I was struggling with crying, this is random side story. I was at a festival and there was this really old guy, little like spiritual dude, who has like satchels of herbs and crystals and stuff. And he's like, he just came up in the space. And I was like having a moment. I think I was probably on mushrooms or something. And I was like feeling just the energy. And I was crying, but I was only crying out of my right eye. And I was like, this keeps happening lately. I can only cry out of my right eye. And he was like, well, hold on. Like, hold on. That's like your masculine. You need to get in touch with your feminine and like this and this and that. And it was during a time where I was actually going through a lot of healing with my body and just a lot of relationships and stuff like that. And he took me, and I don't know, like now I look back and I'm like, well, maybe he was just trying to hug me and shake me. But he like did this whole little ritual thing and gave me these little herbs and gave me these little crystal satchel around my neck. And I started crying out of my left eye. He was like, now you're in touch with your feminine. But I still think about that all the time because in my mind, it was just a moment of connectivity of like, oh yeah, maybe I did have a wall up, and being able to just kind of like allow myself to cry was just a really freeing moment at that time. But it's never left me. I think about it a lot, that moment, for some reason. There was some wisdom being dropped.
Yeah, and he was like kind of an ancestor in a way. I think ancestor can be like a loose term too, because it's like elders, teachers, Heath Ledger kind of is like an ancestor in a way. He you know, they're like still kind of here.
He's a guardian angel.
Yeah.
And
we invoke the energies we invoke, and that kind of can guide us. So let us know the first word you think of when you think of Heath Ledger. Let's do that association.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Also, okay, yeah, let's ask our viewers. Let's do a short word association. So for Heath Ledger, give us your word.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah. What's the word? Next word, friendship.
Friendship.
What's the word? And tradition.
Tradition. Comment. First thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, for those three things: Heath Ledger, friendship, and tradition. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please comment. We want to see into your subconscious.
We do. We want to psychoanalyze.
Yeah, we want to psychoanalyze you and tell you what complexes you have.
And then heal you. That's what you guys signed up for as our subscribers.
Yeah, we'll be evolving the echo chamber segment and the word association as we go, but that'll be fun to see. You can help us carry it forward.
Yes. And
it's not too late to close up shop. And now it's time to close up shop.
And now it's time. No, thank you guys. Episode 4. We're really excited to keep this going, and we're really so grateful for our supporters. We love you. Yeah. Thank you for helping us create this space and giving us awesome feedback and continuing to listen and like, subscribe, and share.
We will never forget the people who were there day one supporting us. It really means a lot, you know, and we'll also never forget who wasn't.
Eventually
we'll forget eventually.
Yeah. But honestly,
I won't. Just kidding.
Cait and I are really like,
I'm Scorpio moon, so I probably won't forget.
But we really like lifting people up. We really do. Like I'm a believer that if you find your passion and that's what you're going for, like I'm going to champion you.
Hell yeah.
And so having some of that energy reciprocated actually feels like the best thing in the world. And yeah, thank you for sharing and believing in us. And we are just like, we are taking stock. Like it means a lot, keeps us going. And
we'll be back next week and the week after that. And the week after that.
We'll be back in your dreams.
All right. Sweet dreams until then.
Sweet dreams.
Life is but a dream.